Hello and welcome to Easy Facebook Ads. Let's see. I think Anna is here now. Anna, are you here? Okay. I think she's here. Oh, we've got two people with us now. Hey guys. Oh, there you are. Yay. Okay. All right. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I'm glad you're here now. And I will just start over. So I'm hoping that we can do some Q&A, but I'm going to jump right in. So the first thing that we're going to talk about, so this is easy Facebook ads in 3 steps. The first thing you want to know is how much money you want to make. How much money you want to make. So just to keep the math really simple, this scenario that I'm going to propose is going to be, I want to earn $10,000. So this is like a case study, right? So I want to earn $10,000 and then I'm going to use Facebook, like this is scenario. I'm going to use Facebook ads to create a webinar and promote the webinar. And from the webinar, my offer is going to be a coaching program for $999. So that's the scenario that we're working with. And in 3 steps, I'm going to show you how to create your own webinar based on the money you want to make. Now, at the beginning, there's like a lot of numbers and a lot of math. So just go with me on that for a minute. We're going to use what's called the 1% rule of return. And so I'm going to jump right in on this, but you're probably going to want to take notes. So step 1, how much money do you want to make? So let's say you want to make $10,000 and you want to make a coaching program. You're going to offer a coaching program that takes somebody from point A to point B in, I don't know, 10 weeks. You want it to be as short as possible, but to get the result that your client is after. So the length of time is only important because you want to determine the length of time for a coaching program, for example, based on the result you create. And if you're charging $999 for your coaching program, it needs to be worth 10 times that much. 10 times that much. Okay, so for easy math, we're just going to assume you've got your coaching program. It's going to be priced at $999. That's what you're going to use in your marketing. You're always going to want to end your sale price in a 9 or a 7. And then you're actually going to use the number for this purpose on this training session. We're just going to use the number 1,000. Okay, so we're going to try to make things easy. Sorry, I have an itch. And as questions come up, you can either type them in the chat or write them down, and I will come back to those questions because I want to get through the initial setup as fast as possible, and then we'll talk about specifics. I want to leave time for your questions, and we're starting at, this is basically like 19 minutes after. But I'm hoping we'll be done by 12 because I'm assuming you've got other things to do at 12. If you have questions that don't get answered, just put them in the chat anyway, and I'll record a follow-up that I can either walk you through or we can set up another time to talk. Great. Awesome. Thanks, Anna. I can see your comment. Thank you. Okay. So let's say you want to make $10,000. We go back. How much money do you want to make? I want to make $10,000. I'm going to offer a coaching program. It's going to be $999. Whew, that was a lot. So in order to make $999, in order to make $10,000, we need 10 people to buy at $999. We need 10 people to buy. Using the 1% rule, we say, okay, $999, or let's just round it up to make the numbers easy, $1,000. I'm saying it wrong. Sorry. We need 10 people to buy, 10 people to buy. So in order to get those buyers, 10 is 1% of what number? 10 is 1% of 1,000. So we need 1,000 people to register. We need 1,000 people to register. If we want 10 people to buy, using the 1% rule, we need 1,000 people to register. Okay? And if we want 1,000 people to register, using the 1% rule of marketing, that 1% of people will respond. We need 100,000 eyeballs, sets of eyeballs. We need 100,000 people to see the ad. Okay, now your numbers might be better. Your numbers might be worse, but for the most part, your numbers will be better using the 1% rule. So now that we know our numbers, we want 10 people to buy. We want to earn $10,000. So we need 1,000 people to register, and we need 100,000 people to see the ad. Okay, so this is where I start. This is where I start for myself when I run ads now. And this is also where I start when I run ads for other people, is I say, okay, what is the result that you're after? A story, because we got to break up the input, right? So a story for you. So the first time that I ran ads, it was totally on my own, and I opted in. I spent $1, and I couldn't believe that it worked. I spent $1 just to run the ad, and it was about like a webinar I was doing or a challenge I was doing, and it worked. People saw it, and people opted in just on $1. And then I did an affiliate marketing thing, and in the affiliate marketing thing, I spent $150, I think, $150 or $160. And I had 60 people opt in, and I was like, this is amazing. And I found out who they were, and I can show you how to do that. And I started messaging all the people who opted in, or liked the ad. Actually, it was people who liked the ad. Sorry. And I messaged them for 3 days. I messaged them 3 times. And then ultimately there were, I forget how many buyers, but I ended up making $3,200 off of a $150 ad spend. So that to me was great. And I was like, ads work. So I'll also tell you about a failure. So once I had a failure, this was last October, and I was really confident in my 1% rule of ads. And I knew my ad was well written. It was well targeted. We're going to get to all of that. And I spent $1,000 on my ad. I only ran my ad for 36 hours, if that. It took quite a few hours for it to get approved. But I ran my ad. I saw that I had 500 people click on my ad, which was great. And then that's definitely more than 1% on $1,000. That was great. So I had 500 people click on my ad, but nobody registered. And I was like, what happened? So write this down. Make sure your link is spelled correctly. Make sure your link is spelled correctly. My link was not spelled correctly. And it took 3 experts at Facebook and 6 weeks to figure out why people could go on the ad and not register. I know, it was terrible. And also another thing, write this down. When you share the actual ad, when people see the actual ad, if you get a message from somebody saying, I couldn't register, that's your red flag to turn the ad off immediately and go figure out what went wrong. I had one friend who saw the ad, tried to register from the ad, and could not. And he messaged me and said, Katie, I couldn't register. And that should have been a red flag to me. But I was so stressed out about getting the ad done and running the event that I didn't really pay attention. I thought it was just him, which is really sad. And because of that, I let the ad continue to spend money. And I lost all $1,000 because the ad link was not spelled correctly. So sometimes we get really worked up in the details of what we're doing, and we go too fast. And I just want to encourage you to slow down. It's okay to run ads quickly, but just make sure that the link is spelled correctly. Okay. All right. So now we're going to shift to step two, which is to know how many people you need to reach. So I'm going to go on something right now. I'm going to go to my professional page. So I'm going to go to present mode, and I'm going to go to share screen. And if you could let me know if you can see my ad page. Actually, this is Ad Center, but I'm not sure why it says Ad Center right now. And I just got another message from the other person who's registered, and she said she can't get in. So I'm wondering what's going on. So let me just check that real quick. Let me just see if I can help this person really fast to get in. I'm not seeing where her comment went. Yeah, I think because of the weather here, my phone's not working the way it's supposed to, but Angel's trying to get in, and I want to get her in if I can. Hold on, I'm going to open up another Facebook window real quick, and I'm going to go to my home screen. Give me just a second. Sorry, Anna. I don't receive. Okay. Let me send her the link. She should be able to get in right now. Oops. All right, Anna, could you let me know, this other person, thank you, is saying that she did not get an email to get in. Did you get a reminder email? You should have gotten 3 reminders emails. Yeah, so StreamYard said that they would send out 3 reminder emails automatically. So if you didn't get those, oh, you did. Okay. So maybe something else went wrong for this other person. Okay, we're going to keep going. There we go. All right, back to Facebook ads. All right, so when you get into your Facebook ad account, you can go either to the Ad Center or Create Ads. Either one is fine. This one is about managing your ads and seeing results. This one's about actually creating an ad to target specific results. So we're on step 2 of 3. Step 2 of 3. And step 2 is to know how many people you need to reach. So Facebook, because I've already run ads, the picture's already there. But we're not going to worry about the picture yet. What we're worrying about on step 2 is down here. It's the duration, run this ad, or choose when this ad will. We'll come back to all of this, okay? What we're going to focus on right now is the amount of money you're spending on a daily basis. The amount of money that you're spending on a daily basis. So back to the webinar scenario, I'm going to do a webinar. I'm going to only run ads for 3 days because what we're seeing right now is that people have a very, very short attention span. And especially for online stuff, I'm starting to see some people do more automated or like on-demand content because it's just a better result. But let's say you're going to do a webinar and you're going to promote it for 3 days. And you want 100,000 people to see it. That's based on that 1% rule. So you want to earn $10,000. You're going to sell a coaching program at $1,000. You need 10 people to buy it to hit your monetary goal. And you need 1,000 people to register. And you need 100,000 people to see the ad. So down here, like we're going to divide whatever this number is. That's the daily reach per day. We're going to divide that number by 3. So I think I already did the math. We need 33,333 people per day to see our ad. Let's just say 33,000 to keep the math simple. So we are going to use this little slider tool to see how much we need to spend to hit 33,000. And we're looking at the estimated low number, not the high number, the low number, because we want to do whatever we can to make sure that we're spending enough money to get the result we want. I want you satisfied with your ad. So let's say we're going to do that. We're going to increase this a little bit. And you see how the number changes? Right now it says estimated 733 people will be reached per day with a $7 ad spend. Now that ad spend number is going to change based on the day. Every single day, the Facebook price changes. So just know that. Okay, so now we're spending 8. Let's jump a little higher. There we go. So this is saying that if we spend $500 per day, we will reach that 36,000 minimum mark. Let's bring it down a little bit. 200 is too low. We need to reach 33,000 per day. Let's move it up a little bit. Let's do 300. Okay, for 300, we're almost at the 33,000 mark. Let's do 325. Okay, we're almost there. It's saying almost 27,000. Let's do 340 per day. Nope, haven't hit that minimum number. We need 33,000 per day. Let's go 350. So do you see how I'm playing with this? This is how you should start your ad, is by working through this stuff first. Okay, that's not going to hit my number. I'm still at 28, almost 29,000, but we're getting closer. Let's go to 370 per day. Still haven't reached it. Let's go to 380. We're closer. Man, I think we're going to have to spend 400 bucks. 400 bucks. Let's see. We still haven't hit that minimum number. Let's do 450. There we go. So if we were going to run an ad right now, we'd have to spend $450 per day. Now, depending on your ad budget, you might be like, $450, that's crazy if you've never done it before. Or you might be thinking, that's really cheap. Because using this equation, it's almost guaranteed that you'll hit it unless there's a technical problem or Facebook crashes. And that does happen. Crazy things happen on Facebook. It is both an art and a science. And so never put more in your ad budget than you can afford to lose, because especially at the beginning, because you're learning and you're learning the system. And so you don't want to, if you can't afford 450 for 3 days right now, don't spend that much. We'll talk about other scenarios, but I'm just going to assume that you have more than enough money to cover this. So 450 times 3 equals 1350. So for 1350, you are going to invest $1,350, and that will earn you $10,000 using the 1% rule for your ad. That's also assuming your ad is written to a target market, you chose a good image, and your tech is working properly. Okay, so there are some assumptions that we're making here. You've chosen a good image, your ad is written properly, which means it's written to the right people in the right way, and you have the right offer. Okay. So this is not like a guarantee. This is a close to guaranteed, but not 100% guaranteed, because Murphy's Law, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So you want to stack the possible variables in your favor to go right. Okay, so step 1 was, how much money do you want to make? We want to make $10,000. Step 2 was, know how many people you need to reach. In this case, it's 33,000 per day. So this is the low number, 33,000 per day. We figured out that we need to spend about $450 per day to get that. Okay, now that that is set, oh yeah, and we're going to change this number up here. You have to really pay attention to the details, because Facebook loves to charge money. And look, this is great. So confirmation over here on the right, we changed it to 3 days, and the math on the right, the estimated daily results and the estimated daily charge, or the total charge for this budget, ad budget, is $1,350. That's exactly lining up with our math. So we're good. Okay. So now step 3 is to create the ad. Step 3 is to create the ad. So all of that is just to get to creating the ad. But once you figure out this stuff and once you get used to it, it becomes a lot easier. So this is kind of like learning a new language at the beginning. It's a little bit complicated, and I'm going to stop sharing for just a second and see what comments have come in. Okay. Our friend could not see what we were doing, so I'm sad. She'll have to watch the replay. That's unfortunate. Okay, so Anna, thank you for letting me know you got the reminder, but it wasn't streaming until you registered again. Okay, that could have been my mistake. There might have been a button I forgot to hit. So just taking full ownership for that. Thank you for texting me and letting me know you couldn't see what was going on. Okay, we're going to go back to the ad now, which is here. So let's say, and I think we're in the same niche market. I think we both want to work with women and we both want female coaching clients. We're both looking to help other speakers. Like, let's assume that's all true. So the description for the ad, you're going to start with some sort of like great hook, right? Like, so when I think about other ladies who are like I was, and I want them on my Facebook webinar, right? I want them to learn how to run ads. So what I'm going to say is something like, I'm going to choose an image that's pretty trustworthy, and I'm not sure why it just disappeared, but I'm going to trust that it's going to come back. Yeah, it just came back. So I'm going to choose an image that looks like semi-professional, but also approachable. And then I'm going to say like, have you wondered about using Facebook ads? And I'll don't worry, I'll go over the typos in a minute. To attract your ideal client. Me too. And I learned how. And with just 15, no, how much did I spend? Like 150 bucks. 150 bucks in ads and some phone calling and some FB messaging. And you see how this is all glitching out? That is normal. Don't panic. Just focus on your copy for right now. And maybe you don't write it in here. Maybe you write your copy somewhere else, because then it's easier to just copy and paste it in to this box, which is totally possible. So like if you end up hiring me or somebody else to write your ad for you, you can just copy and paste it in here and go from there. Okay. So with just $150 in ads and some FB messaging, I earned $3,200. It's glitching out. It's not letting me finish the ad. So if you would like to learn how to run your own ads, and then you get to decide if you want them to click on the ad, you want them to message you directly. Come to my webinar. Come to my webinar. And then we're going to edit options down here. Nope, not there. So webinar, this is where you choose the webinar thing. So if you want a button on your ad, so this is where you get to choose all, this is like a lot of options. And these options are gonna change. So let's do sign up now. And then whatever your link is, you would just copy it in here. So I used a StreamYard link for the first time. It was a little bit cumbersome. I'm moving away from using Zoom, and I'm moving away from using ClickFunnels. I'm trying to do everything through StreamYard now, just kind of as an experiment, but also because I pay a lot of money out to Zoom and to ClickFunnels, and I don't use them all that much. Now you can pause your ClickFunnels account, but I'm finding that I don't even really need a funnel these days, and maybe I'll need a funnel in the future, but my Facebook or my ClickFunnels account is paused. And I do have a domain name. It's katieswebinar.com. So I could have connected my katieswebinar.com to this StreamYard link. I could have done that, and then it would have been easier to promote. But this was more a response to you, Anna, and to Angel on my podcast. So I was like, I'm not going to worry about setting that up. I'm just going to use the link, which very well. So you can use whatever link you want and sign up, and then you would have your URL. Okay. You could also use something else. You could use a message me button, send a message. And this is great. I love, if you're doing coaching services or speaking services, like send a message is going to be a great button to use because it's just so simple. But we're going with registrations. This is for a webinar. We want people to register. And then you could also do a send message because that like gives you an opportunity to really connect with people. So you might want to try both. So you would just split your ad budget every day. You could run 2 different ads at the same time. One is a send message, the other is a register, and see which one works best. There are lots of different ways to test this out. I'm trying to choose the simplest way for a webinar registration. So we're going to go back to, where is it? Where's sign up now? And I'm just going to type in a thing here. .com, so that I'm not getting an error. Okay, so now we're going to look at Advantage Plus Creative. I like this right now because Facebook already knows me. So have you run your own ads before, Anna? I'm checking comments so I can interact with you a little bit. I don't know, maybe you had to, oh, you're still here. Okay. So if you've run ads before, Facebook is going to give you this option, Advantage Plus Creative, or if you've had your Facebook professional page for a while, this is going to serve you really well because they are watching everything that you're doing. Not like a person, but like their AI. Okay, you've run ads one time. So I'm not sure if you're going to have this option, Creative Plus, Advantage Plus Creative, or not. If you do, I would use it because Facebook wants your ads to be successful. And so they're going to do whatever they can on their end of things with the information that they have to make your ad successful. In the past, and when I first started doing ads, I went down to audience and I chose my audience this way. I chose them based on location, age, people who match my same interests, people I like. And this can be a little bit tricky. So we can talk more about that if you have more questions about that. You can choose people who choose through targeting, people who like your page, or people who like your page and people similar to those people. You can, in the past, I targeted Christian entrepreneurs, bloggers, business, and biotech. And in the past, I also just targeted moms. So I did a couple of different audience choices. But again, at this point in Facebook's algorithm, I would defer and I encourage my clients who have run ads before, if they have the option to do Advantage Plus, do that because Facebook wants you to be successful. So again, now we're going down the page. So the top of the page looks like this. That's where our ad copy is. That's at the end. You could also do what result would you like from this ad? I don't really focus on that. Let's see what the options are. Get more calls, website visitors, get more leads, get more page likes, promote your business like locally. So you notice I didn't really select anything with that. Yeah. So with the registration for the webinar, it says get more website visitors, show your ad to people who are likely to click on your URL. Yep, that's the one I would do. So let me save that based on the fact that we're running a webinar in this scenario. And then my headline, I'm going to change that headline to some sort of hook. So my guess is you probably have done some copywriting. So you might change this to, have you ever wondered about using Facebook or using, Facebook ads? And this is an example of why you want to write your ad before you put it in here, because it's so glitchy. Okay, so we're just going to assume, like, let's pretend that's all right. So we've got our sign up button here. We've got the correct URL spelled correctly. We're going to do Advantage Plus Creative. We're not going to worry about the audience. We start with our daily budget, what we're going to spend in order to get the earning amount that we want. It is useful to set up a pixel, but it's not required. If you set up a pixel, what this means is they start tracking your the people who click on your stuff all over the internet, and it's brilliant information. It's a little creepy, but it's brilliant. About placements, you can choose where you want your ad to appear. I default to whatever Facebook tells me on this because they are smarter and know more about this than I do. So I don't change anything on this. I let them place it where they think it's going to get the best result. I've got my payment connected down here. I make sure it's the same card that I still want to use. And then that's all you have to do, which might feel like a lot, but it doesn't. It's not. So now's the time where we get to interact. So what questions? Okay, I see a question. So the Advantage Plus Creative, let's put this on the screen. So the Advantage Plus Creative will allow you to bypass having to select all the audience demographics. Is that right? Yes, that's correct. At this time, on this day, on April 27, 2023, that's correct. It will change. Everything will change. And that's one of those mindset things that you have to get over with ads. I was talking to somebody last week and they said, oh, we'll never use, it was a radio station. And it was in the context of selling radio station ads. And they said, well, we don't want to use Facebook ads because, somebody I know just did Facebook ads. And when they did the Facebook ads, they didn't get the return they wanted. And I'm like, I wish I had been their ad representative for Facebook because I could have helped them and I could have used the 1% rule. And I got that 1% rule. It's actually from people much smarter than me. I think it was from Guerrilla Marketing. But I figured out, 1% is a great rule for deciding your ad spend and your return on investment. So what other questions are coming up for you, if anything? What I'd love to do, I don't know if you can jump in and share your screen and I can help you set up the ad right now, or at least walk you through the steps. So I don't know if that's possible. Yes, it is, because I can invite guests. How do I invite? I used to know how to invite you. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to put the invite for you to hop on. Cool. Yeah. So honestly, the 1% rule is pretty powerful for online questions. Okay. Yeah. It's amazing. Like in my experience, a lot of business is just expectations. It's knowing what to expect and knowing what is a realistic expectation and what's not, and things still break. There's still going to be painful lessons, but if you don't move forward, you'll never know. And if $450, does that sound like a huge ad spend right now for you, Anna? Because I would love to talk specifically to your situation since you're on with me. Is $450, like, what are your goals? What is your percentage? And that's the link you want to go to right now in order to join me live, if you wanted to join me right now. Yeah, you might be are you going to join me? You might be trying to click in right now. Just let me know either way. If not, that's fine. Okay, perfect. You're going to try. Perfect. Yeah, I was going to say, if you want to just give me a call, we could talk that way too. But I would love to be able to see your screen and just, you can go through all the setup steps of running an ad without actually having to run the ad. So, yeah, take your time. Okay, got it. Not on personal computer right now, so it's gonna be hard to set up the ad. Okay, so yeah, so if you want to call in, that's fine. Or if you want to just text me questions, you can do that too. Cool. Oh, it says I'm getting a call. Are you calling from 405? For some reason, it wouldn't let me answer. There we go. There we go. Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Is this Anna?
Yes, it is.
Okay, just making sure. I'm like, it would be really weird if it was somebody else.
Sorry, I was like trying to communicate with you through I don't know, there's some like, I don't even know what it's called, like,
chat, whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so I figured it'd be just quicker to call you, but I don't have I'm not on my personal computer, so I don't have all this stuff to set it up now. But as far as like to answer your question with, is that a number that I feel would be doable? I guess it would depend. I'm actually helping somebody set up their ad. And so that's more of a question for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, okay, well, let me, I've done it before. Let me get a bit of a refresher.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can help you. But I feel like the 1% rule, I think that's kind of where I was stuck, because I wanted to make sure that I'm going to be doing this for myself eventually as well, like in the near future. So I wanted to make sure that I'm spending the money wisely. And to be honest, I could not remember if like choosing the demographics and your target audience on your ad was the most important thing. So
yeah, it used to be.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it used to be because Facebook didn't have the AI integrated in the ad.
Okay.
So that's like the biggest change. And it, like, if you're helping somebody else, like, it depends on what shows up on the screen. Like if it gives you that option or not. Like when I was helping another person with their business, and that option came up, I'm like, oh yeah, every time I get that option, I'm going to defer.
Right.
Yeah. That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think that might be, honestly, like, I think that was my biggest question, but this was really helpful. I'm trying to think of something else. Unfortunately, without,
you're fine.
Like,
yeah, without the computer. Yeah. No, that's good. No, it's good to hear from you. I hope it was, not too long, but yeah, just going back to, I know it's funny because if you had done ads like a couple of years ago, it's very different than it is now. Just because you have that automatic setting option. So.
Yeah. And I think that there may have been maybe something similar whenever I did it. Maybe not real. I think it was the placement. Never mind. I think it was the placement. I just remember Nick was like, oh, just let Facebook do it. And I'm like, okay, anything I can let Facebook do, I'm going to let them do.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah. And and my example of $500,000 in ads, but yeah, he spent that much a couple times over. Yeah. So, just keeping in mind that it like changes a lot. So, and when I was talking to my client, I think one of the best things like he was like, well, there's a lot of experimenting going on. I'm like, well, whether you were doing this with me or somebody who had been doing this for the last 10 years, there would be experimenting going on because Facebook changes so often.
Yeah. Okay. So that actually does bring up a question. Once the ad is set up, do you suggest always, or would you recommend always testing 2 ads? Like, would it be best to always have one that maybe you are sent a message and then the other one you click a link to book a call?
That's a really good question. Yeah. So like, it just totally depends on the budget of the person that you're working with. And the amount of time that they want to spend on this. So this is why I like Facebook ads, because there's an incredible amount of flexibility. So like, let's say Dr. David Jeremiah, I know that I went on his page about ads, and you can see, like, anybody who has, you probably know this, anybody who has a professional page, you can see if they're running ads or not, and you can see what their ads are. So like for David Jeremiah, we could see that he was running like 5 different ads at one time. And I was like, wow. And why are they doing that? And it's because they're gathering information with every single ad they write. And so for me, even like, let's say the only offer I had was my 7th grade girls prayer journal book. But I know that I want to target that to ministry leaders because I want them to buy it for their youth group. I'm going to target that towards moms. I'm going to target that towards like teachers. So those might be the big 3 markets for that book on Facebook. So maybe I'll create 3 different ads to speak to each of those types of people.
Gotcha.
But it's all to sell the same thing.
Yeah. So it would really just kind of be like gathering that information to see what's working.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, there are probably a whole lot more moms of junior hires on Facebook than there are ministry leaders, just because there's less ministry leaders. So if I didn't have a lot of money and a lot of time to experiment, I might just target moms. But with something like a book, that's something that you could spend $5 a day indefinitely and hypothetically see, books sell every single day because of that. So it just depends. I don't recommend that type of marketing because of the type of business that I'm in is more about launches. That's what really moves my business forward. Grassroots marketing and launches. And so maybe like a roofing company, it's going to be about exposure, and people just never know when they're going to want to redo their roof, right? So they might take a very different approach than my approach, which would be put all my money on an ad right before I do an event.
Right. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Fun. So I hope you're doing well. How are you?
Thank you. I am. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Yeah. No. My kids just turned 13. Speaking of teenagers.
Oh yeah, your twins. How are they doing?
They're really good. Yeah, they are. They're actually in 7th grade right now. So we're looking forward to the summer. But other than that, work is going well.
Awesome.
And I'm believing for a June release or launch date for my book. So
what's your book?
It is. I'm still working on it. I just started the actual process of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I'm kind of even scared to say, but it's going to be for women. Basically just who I was 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say that and just leave it at that.
Okay. All right. So a transformation story.
It is yeah. So there will be some steps in there, but yeah, it's been a long time coming. I think I sat on it for a little while, so I've been released to do it.
Awesome. That is beautiful. How exciting. Yay. And thank you for your recommendation for my book. Today is the 1-year anniversary of when it was released.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I know. Time just flies by. So
it really does. Congratulations. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, let me pray for your book launch.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Lord Jesus, I just thank you so much for Anna and just the beautiful spirit that she is, and how she loves her family well. And, she commits her path to you. And I just thank you for that, Lord. I pray that you would bless her efforts to get her book to market and that it would use it to increase her impact in every way for your glory, Lord, and for the good of Anna, but also for her family and the next generation to come, that they would be well served by what she shares and what she's learned. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Katie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, okay. Well, I don't want to keep you longer than you need to be here. So, do you have any questions before we go?
No, I don't think so. But if I do, I'm gonna shoot you a message.
Yeah.
But you definitely covered everything, and
Okay.
I'm
Cool.
grateful for you. Thank you so much.
You're so sweet. Well, I'm glad you got to come on. I'll let you go. Have an awesome day, and I hope we can connect again soon.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
All right, so that's the end of our training. And for those watching the replay, send me your questions at katie@katiespeaking.com. And I look forward to connecting with you again soon. God bless you in your efforts. Stay in a place of belief. Stay in a place of belief. And can't wait to connect with y'all. Bye-bye.